Okay, so good day. So today is going to be our first meeting for NGEC 7. And I guess everyone knows the course descriptive title for NGEC 7, that is Science, Technology, and Society. So we will be talking about science, technology, and the society, the relevance of science to technology, the relevance of technology to science. Science, technology, and society is a broad topic that encompasses the intersection among these three fields of discipline: the science, the technology, and the society. But in order for us to understand better, let us define first science and technology. So, in order for us to know the relationship of the two, thus science has something to do with technology, thus technology has something to do with science. So every one of you here knows the definition of science. You've encountered science way back when you were still in kindergarten, up to high school and a grade school, high school, and then even until college. I believe that you know the definition of science, that science is a systematized body of knowledge. And here, as you can see on the screen, we define science as a systematic and organized body of knowledge that explains or predicts nature and the universe. Now, when we say systematize, it must be a step by step process. Like, you don't just simply say that there is an idea on my mind that I want it to be realized. No, it must go through a different series, or yeah, a series of tests before that idea will be realized. Now, technology, on the other hand, is a collection of methods, techniques, and processes used in the production of goods or services, or the accomplishment of objects such as consumer demands. Now, how does science and technology relate with each other? Science may drive technological development by generating demand for new instruments to address a scientific questions or issues, or by simply illustrating technical possibilities previously considered. In turn, technology may drive scientific investigation by creating demand for technological improvements that can only be produced through scientific research and investigation, and by raising questions about the underlying principles that a new technology relies on. In other words, technology is the child or the product of science, and science as the parent or the cause of technology. Now, how does science and technology affect our society in general? So, there on your screen, I have listed there 5 effects of science and technology to our society. So, first, there is converting a simple society to a complex one. I guess all of you will agree to this. I mean, if you're gonna ask somebody older than you, your parents perhaps, if you're gonna ask them what are their way or their means of communications before, is only paper and pen. Unless right now we all have our means to communicate. Although we may be distant to our friends, but we can still communicate to them. We can still connect to them because we all have the technologies right now: cell phones, laptop, tablets, name them all. We can all use them in communicating. And before, the television is not that advanced. If you notice, or maybe if you tried to visit in a museum where it could, or it presented, or if they displayed old televisions, you can really see the difference. With their televisions before are the ones with doors. You open it, and then there are like buttons here on the side. Unlike our televisions now, we can see YouTube, Netflix, name them all. You can watch those things, or a lot of videos, movies on your television screen, whereas before, their television, it's only black and white. And the lifestyle of the people before are really simple, compared right now compared right now that you are being spoon fed with all the informations coming from the internet. Whereas before, I don't think marites exist before. That term marites exists before, knowing that you don't really actually see all the news they can only see that one on the television, maybe, or in a newspaper. In there's a term there, and the term for their newspaper is like a tabloid. Yeah, they can only hear news on a tabloid, whereas right now, just one scroll, you will know what is happening around you. You see, from a simple society to a complex one. We all before we don't have trains, but right now we have LRT, MRT. Maybe I wouldn't be surprised if time will come na we could see a more advanced transportation, no? Na namang lupad sa babaw. But I don't know. Okay, there, as I mentioned, the second one, people's life and lifestyle change as a result of improved science and technology. The urbanization results with when science and technology improve because people usually migrate to a place where their basic needs are met. And people have stronger desire for material goods when science and technology improved in the place. Like before, when you wanted to do a research, you will go to a library and look for the book that could help you for your research. But right now, just a snap of your finger, you can actually see all the informations that you needed in the internet. You see how um, I don't know if it has, although it has an advantages, but it has also a disadvantages on the part of teens, especially the technology. Basta. And lastly, it has more discoveries and inventions that benefit the people due to improved science and technology. So that's it. So that ends our first lesson. Just a few though. It's just we're just having a kind of introduction to science and technology before we go deeper to it, before we touch the history and the people behind science and technology. So that's all for today. Let's call it a day. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope feel free to go over this video if you wish to. Anyway, I wouldn't take this out in our Google Classroom, so feel free to go over this video. Anyway, I'll be also posting your lecture notes on our Google Classroom and also your activity. So thank you so much for listening and see you on our next discussion. Thank you. God bless and have a nice day.